Hello and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play World of Tanks, and I've clearly missed the 7.5 patch while I was out for the weekend. As you can see here, we got the ECL, or the ELC AMXs, which is the new Tier 5 replacement for the AMX 12T, which got bumped up a tier. In addition to that, I do not see any here, but the alternate to a Ferdinand on the German TD line is now a Jagdpanzer. Jagdpanzer? Yeah, Jagdpanzer Mark II. So it's fast and lightly armored. So it should be interesting to say the least. Now, I don't have that one unlocked. Kind of really don't have the... Well, I guess I could, but I want to grind out the 60,000 credits or experience to get to it. So I might get back to it at some later point in time in the game. Now, as for anything else, I am still grinding my patent and a lot of Tier 9 TD, or I have a lot of Tier 9s now. I have the patent and the, what is that thing called, Lorraine, and I'm working on my T30 to get it up to the T110 Mark IV, I believe it is, the turreted TD, which actually looks pretty fun. So, it's all a process of just playing them up. And that one's actually close. I'm actually about 2/3 to about 3/4 of the way there because I just continually played it over and over and over. So hopefully I should be able to play that thing and be able to enjoy it and play it some more whenever, or be able to unlock that tank when I get to it. So it should be relatively soon. Now, in the meantime, I really am enjoying this T-44. Thing's just crazy accurate and fast. I mean, I typically don't snipe with a Soviet tank, but I'm not arguing. I do kind of like this thing. Oof. Not so hot. So anyway, yeah, the Tier 10 TDs and Mediums are out, and they certainly are, they're crazy powerful, to say the least. I have been in several battles where I have been playing either alongside or against, especially the E100 TD, and that thing's just, I don't want to say it's overpowered, but the simple fact I watch it reduce so many tanks with one shot to 100 hit points is a little disconcerting, especially when there's not a whole heck of a lot that could be done against them. They certainly have a plethora of hit points and armor. They can take hits like no one's business, and I mean, it's just difficult to really crack that nut. You really have to have someone basically focus their artillery power on them, or spend a good chunk of time trying to get around to their side and sacrificing a hit or two, hopefully a bounce, to make their way past it. Now, that being said, it's no easy task to want to go toe-to-toe against one and be able to actually survive. I mean, yeah, you might get one lucky run against it, but I can't promise you're going to make more than that. Oh, nuts. I'm on his side now. Where's my assistance?
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, I'll bounce. Okay. You're not going anywhere, so next shot should kill him.
Looks like that
Oh, 10 hit points! No! How do you miss? Not arguing. And die.
we finished him off.
Got him. Alright, so now we need to spin around and take care of these things back here. We got a little AMX, which shouldn't be a big deal. He's pretty much going to die.
Got him.
I shot through my teammate to get him. And the little Panther's gonna kind of do the same thing. No. Alright, that's good. KV-3 I need to worry about here. Man, I never used this thing as a defensive tank, but I certainly am now. We do have a light tank, though, in our base. We probably did actually take out our...
That one didn't go
What do you want to
through.
call them? Our artillery. But luckily, it would appear as though that's the only thing that he did. Kind of running away. So if I could position myself between this rock and the KV-3, I'm good to go. So in addition to the ramblings I'm doing right now, and the Tier 10 stuff, there's a new map, or 2 or 3, I believe? Oh, back up.
We've lost a track.
I'll take it. There's a bunch of new maps, and I think it's just a handful.
Drive on.
Okay, yeah, you just sit there and target me. I'm fine with that. had to line up that shot. So sadly, that was a wasted opportunity. Anyway, let me get down there and help them out. Oh, they got them all sandwiched, but they have that little AMX between them. It's a fast little thing, and it's pretty nice. It actually is a really good artillery hunter. And I really don't think you can do a whole heck of a lot of damage to what's over there, but still. That Super Pershing, though, on the other hand, is a very annoying tank. I cannot really figure out its weak points yet, but it's still early in the game. But yeah, it is very difficult with which to deal with. I cannot find a weak spot on it. I need to try and play around against it a little more, I guess. Maybe figure a few things out. But it was, when I was playing against it, I couldn't quite penetrate it anywhere from the front. So I need to focus on maybe shooting things in the back. And that was a beautiful shot. Of course, they're all stuck down there. Which means I'm going to go north. I'll let them take care of them. So yeah, I'll go this way. So yeah, I mean, that's 7.5, you know, typical patch, more tanks, rebalancing everything, and new maps. No new game types, even though after playing all the game types, I'm not too... well, they're different. I enjoy them because I know how to play them. I can understand frustration with having to learn them and not enjoying them very much. So, I'll try and get around these tanks, get behind them. Thinking at this point I might be better off engaging them from behind. Yeah, at this point I'm better off engaging them from behind as opposed to capping because they can come back and I can't take them from the front. There's the one. Oh, God. Game, stop. All of a sudden. Wow. Hold on. That was not good. That probably just cost me dearly with whatever happened there. I don't know. Now I gotta go hunt down this. If I can kill a Pershing, I got the other thing, no problem. Problem's killing the Pershing.
That's gotta hurt.
Not what I wanted. More damage. Nice. And now this thing.
We've hit them hard.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot me. I don't care. Whee!
Enemy armor is damaged.
Nice. That was perfect. Baited him around to chase me so that the KB5 could get him. Wow. Okay, so not a lot of talking there, but not bad at all. I got sniper. Alright, let me move on to... Ooh, that was our win chance? Wow. Alright, so let me move on to another one. Hopefully I'll actually talk about stuff instead of commenting while I'm playing here.
Move out.
Alright, so I'm playing with Gilly now, and I'm in my T30. Not my Pershing, because I just couldn't seem to get a good game with that one. But right now, Gilly, I'm going to go and cover the one line real quick. See if I can't catch anybody over there.
Alrighty.
So...
You gonna hang over like I did?
Yeah. So I'm actually going to fit myself into a nice little sniping spot that I was shown. It's out the standard window. Should provide a little more cover. A little interesting. Looks like we don't have that much cover on the train tracks and in the woods, but we'll see. See, now I can sit right here and have a much better angle and much better cover. And I don't know why we prefer this, but for some reason we do. I guess it's just a better hold down position. I don't know. There's not too much in the way that I'm worried about. Just have these things up here. Of course, I cannot hit any of them. I can't hit those targets yet.
Alright.
Penetration.
There we go. So that was a beautiful shot right down that way.
Somebody got ammo rack.
Yeah, I hit him for 800. Next up's the Super Pershing. Still have no shots on him. So, the Tier 10 mediums and TDs seem a little potent. I really can't figure out too much to do with them yet. It really is a concerted team effort with which to actually be able to destroy them. Otherwise, it's very difficult to say the least. It is really hard to go toe-to-toe. It's almost impossible to go headlong into them. You really have to go flank them, or you really need artillery to focus on them. Otherwise, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do. I'm really hoping that they get baited down this corridor. Oh, here we go. Now it's off the 75. He's still around here, though. Still bouncing off him. So, anyway, where was I? Man, I get wrapped up in these games, so I kind of don't like recording live. So yeah, Tier 10 medium TDs, you're just going to take a little getting used to. It appears as though they are... the American one seems to be the best one. From early reports, it seems as though the American one has a much higher win percentage than some of the others. A 1390 on my rear.
Kind of pinned.
Nice. That was kind of creepy for a little bit. So, overall, I'll have to get them and play around with them. I like how I'm just jumping from topic to topic, and it's really difficult with which to do so. I have no shot on that. I have no shot on the E75. I'm going to actually start moving.
Alright.
So, we actually do have a pretty decent sized fleet here. I haven't done a whole heck of a lot, except kind of just acted as a defensive perimeter here. Well, no, I did hit that one IS-6, but that's about it. Actually, I'm heading back to base as a Patton and an E50. Now, my driver's dead, but it's going to be worthwhile repairing him at the moment. Just to get back there and cause some damage to this E50 and the Patton. Now, I would say overall, things were fine where they were. I'm not too fond of the Tier 10 stuff. I don't think it was a good choice. I thought that it could have been handled well. I don't know. Again, I need to play with them, see what I think. There's still much to be done, still much to be learned. Now, if I have to kill this thing, nope. Okay, good. I'm gonna waste another shot. That E50 shouldn't be a problem either, but that is X, and I do want to kill him, so I am gonna go after him. Especially since he's sitting in the open like that. Oh! No! No! I thought I hit him. Oh well. It's worth the shot. Now, ooh! Trying to dodge their artillery did not work. Luckily he missed, and I should be alright. I just got to get up and get going. There we go. Alright. That should be alright. That artillery won't be able to hit me now. He probably has no idea where I'm going. So we'll just go ahead and cruise into the base. Let them take that out. And I'll just go forward. So yeah, I'm close. I actually looked it up. I'm halfway, a little over halfway to the T110E4, which is a very, very nice tank. It actually looks like it could replace... it looks like it could easily replace the E100 in terms of its role in Clan Wars, because it's just overall looks like, I was told it has better armor, better gun, better reload, better pin. Well, it's the same exact gun and everything else. Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to one last game here, and we'll kind of wrap things up. I'll kind of talk about what the patch brought with it. I know this has been an all-over episode, but coming back, shaking off the rust.
Let's get this show on the road.
So, the Lorraine 40T on its own without the gun upgrade is a little rough to play. It can't really penetrate much in this game. As you can see here, there's maybe, 1, 2, anything below the Tiger 2 I could probably do damage against, but not really too much above it. Except with some well-placed shots, of course. Now, that being said, let's talk about the overall... I usually avoid talking about this stuff, but the overall nerf that's been seen in 7.5 in regards to a lot of different tanks. For one in particular, the AMX-50B is now almost completely superfluous. Its large profile is easily replaced by the Bat-Chat. Its firepower and penetration are almost identical to the Bat-Chat. So it's to the point where you might as well just use the Bat-Chat over the 50B. And there's just so many better, larger tanks out there if you wanted a heavy. It's almost like that across the board for all the French heavies, though. Even down to the 5100 and the 5120. But that being said, it has been noted that they are talking about a buff increase for the 50B when the 8.0 patch, which is coming out next, also featuring, what's it called? Physics. When that also gets released. As you can see here, though, I'm kind of waiting up for my teammates to catch up. I don't want to go out there fishing alone. But yeah, so the 50B, for the most part, is kind of useless at the moment. We'll have to see what the buff includes, but it just cannot dish out the damage to the pin that would set it apart from other tanks in the game that would be much better suited for the need. And of course, a Bat Trap being one of those. Tier 10 mediums replacing Tier 10 heavies in this circumstance. Now, the same can be said for the E100. The major cannon on that thing, the highest upgrade cannon, is actually took a large buff in the fact that it is now going to be ending up having to have a 1 second addition to its reload, so that really hurts it, as well as now having up to a second of aim time in addition to it. So it's longer to aim, longer to reload, does not have the penetration that it needs to have to really fend off those tanks in that tier. So, with that said, even the 110 is, or not the 110, getting out of myself, the E100 looks like it's going to be replaced by the 110 TD, not the one that's right there next to me, but the turreted one, because it just has superior armor, firepower, aim time, and damage. Of course, it's using the T30 cannon, but it's still just what it's capable of is just so much more than the E100 at the moment, and its lack of penetration, which, in all honesty, just doesn't make that much sense. And sadly, it's almost as if a lot of the Tier 10 heavies have been kind of reduced. Some of the major ones that still are nice sting power, though, are the T110, the E5 variation, the IS-7, which is still a main staple of the game, and the IS-4, which is still phenomenal, just needs to be used a little safer. But overall, I'd say that there's a serious lack of, I don't want to say balance, but in large groupings, the Tier 10 mediums easily can outdo any Tier 10 heavy any day. And I feel that the Tier 10 mediums just have a little too much penetration. After playing a couple days, or a day or two now with it, and plus talking to friends of mine who have it, clanmates, it seems like the consensus is that it really is a slight bit on the ridiculous side. That if they tone down the penetration and the damage, especially on the Tier 10 TDs, things seem to fall back in place a little better. Just the simple fact that the Tier TD should always have a tier above them type gun. Medium should always have a at tier gun, and then the heavy should have an at tier gun. That worked great for when mediums were a 9, but now that they're a 10, most mediums seem to have a tier below them gun to sort of match up properly. And that's just, I don't want to say that's just how things kind of were in the past, and how things kind of balanced out fairly well. Now, as you see here, with the stock cannon on this thing, the Lorraine now has a 90mm stock. It used to have a 90mm with a 90mm upgrade and a 100 upgrade for the Top Gun. Now it has a 90 stock and a 100 upgrade. And it's really tough not able to penetrate anything here. But I am able to sneak in a quick shot here. As you can see, it's just a chance, but all you need is just one shot. And of course I hit my buddy X there. Now, that being said, I was unable to do pretty much anything frontally to any of these tanks, even to the side of a lot of them. So I was kind of relying on the fact that I was going to hopefully get lucky with a side shot, which I did. And same thing here with the G-Dub. I was able to get close enough that my accuracy didn't matter. Now, there's no chance of me going up against the 103, so I figure I'll go hunt down the Artie. Not knowing, of course, where he is, because he is right there. So I'm going to get extremely lucky there. Still have 14 hit points as I'm stuck on a reload here. I was not expecting him to be right here. And I kind of, the T-54 saves the day there, making sure that I don't die and I get away with 14 hit points with this M103 just kind of hanging out in the background as I go to end up capping. Now, my experience of the Tier 10s might be slightly skewed because it's still new, still early. the patch might change things up, and we'll have to see what happens there. But in the meantime, that's just how it kind of unfolds. So that's my opinion of it. Of course, I'm a few days behind everybody else, so I hope everyone else is experiencing it a little differently than me. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video, and I will catch you guys in the next video. I don't have any topics planned, but we'll see what happens. So, in the meantime, Facebook and Twitter down in the description, same with the link to where you can get all the mods. And anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.